I thought it was powerful, very informative. I think that it is an amazing starting point for somebody who is just finding out about this issue. I am the director of Intact Idaho, and I am planning on not only distributing DVDs, but I'm actually going to talk to Brendan about doing a presentation at Boise State University in Boise. My big aha moment was a human sexuality class at Boise State, and I want to continue opening the eyes of other college students.
And you traveled to see this?
I did. Well, we drove from Boise to Portland and then Portland up to Seattle. So 700, I guess? Yeah. Yes. I really wanted to see it as soon as I could.
And did it meet your expectations?
Yeah, it did. It was not as upsetting as I expected, actually, which is kind of surprising. I thought I would really be crying. I think maybe just because I spent so much time thinking about this issue and researching it, and was maybe a little more prepared than the average viewer. And just because I'm part of Saving Our Sons and the Intact Network, I think that I spend enough time every day thinking about it and being an activist that it maybe doesn't hit me quite as hard as another person would. I don't have brothers, and my dad was gone, so I didn't really have any previous knowledge about the topic. And I just went into class one day, and the professor actually showed us. He just turned on a video, didn't even tell us what it was going to be, didn't prepare us in any way. And it was a video of infant circumcision at full volume with absolutely no warning. And it was like an unbelievable wave of horror and emotion, and I actually had to swallow vomit. I was so horrified. And it was crazy to be in a room full of people that were going through the same thing that I was going through. It was absolute silence. I couldn't even speak for a couple hours after class that day. From that moment, of course, then I started doing a ton of research, and it was like in the film they talk about how you're just up all night and you can't stop and you go further and further down that rabbit hole. It was like that for me. And then several years later I got pregnant with my son, and then it was almost like the whole thing all over again. I started researching again, and I just had to know that I was making the right decision and that I knew everything there was to know. All night long with my laptop just researching and just bawling, and I just remember saying, like, how does the world not know the truth about this? I thought when I really started becoming an activist, people just must not know. Like, I thought, if I just start telling people, we'll fix this, this will end. And of course, then I had to have that terrible moment of, people do know, and it's still happening, and it's not ending, and it's just, that was a really upsetting time for me. But I have my little intact boy, and he's healthy and perfect. And he's never had any of those infections that, of course, everybody talks about and all that. He's perfectly healthy and perfect.